All right, so now I want to introduce our steering members and our staff members, and I want to start with our president and acting treasurer, Teresa Jeffrey.
Hi, everyone. My name is Teresa Jeffrey. Pronouns are she, her. I am a fourth-year PhD student in the Physics and Astronomy department. And at the moment, I am president and acting treasurer. Some of the caucuses and make sure that staff receives the assistance that they need, as well as any of the other steering members. And as treasurer, I make sure that the dues payments are admitted and they're taken care of and the budget is followed so that all of the funds are being used correctly and for a good cause. Personally, I'm so excited to be a part of GEOC this year. And I care very much about your quality of work and your quality of life when you're at work. It means a lot to me that you're happy because I want to be happy when I'm at work. And so I want everyone else to be happy as well. And so if you ever have any concerns, questions, there's no issue too small. Please reach out to myself or anyone else you feel comfortable doing so. Thank you.
All right, awesome. Thank you so much. Next, I want to introduce our Vice President, Reed.
All right. Hey, everyone. My name's Reed. My pronouns are he, they. I'm a third-year PhD student with the Political Science Department, and I will be filling the role of Vice President of the Steering Committee for GEOC this year. What this basically means is that I will be helping lead the stewardship program, ensuring that GEOC can reach out to members in different departments where and when it's needed. And this is a pretty essential part of informing members of their rights, for monitoring and enforcing the CBA or the collective bargaining agreement, and to help the union remain informed about what's going on in each department, which is something that is honestly very crucial to both maintaining a healthy department culture and a healthy grad union. So for me, the union is essential because it gives us collective power and a say in our workplace. And because of that, it also gives the chance just to have basic dignity and respect as workers for the university. And it's also an opportunity to, obviously improve our own situation and our co-workers' situations right now, but it also helps us build a school environment that works for us and others in the future. Wayne grad students just like us. And building that means understanding that we aren't strong unless we're standing together and we're organized. So for the fall semester, we'll be kicking off the stewardship program with a department steward orientation, along with kickstarting steward council meetings. And I'm really looking forward to the council meetings combined with the new struggle dinners every other Tuesday before payday, because I love eating food. And if you want to reach out to me, you can at vicepresident.geoc@gmail.com, since I'm pretty used to checking that regularly. So feel free to reach out to me through email, but I'll also be on campus a lot, especially in the student center and my office, which is in the faculty administration building, room 2305. So thank you all for being here, and I'll pass it off to the next steering member.
All right, and that's our international chair, Fariba.
So hello, everyone. My name is Fariba Paju, and I am originally from Iran. I'm Persian from Iran, and obviously I'm international student. So I am here to help international students, and as an international student, I know how it's difficult for us to adjust with the situation, new country, new language, new culture, and also we are studying in a PhD or PhD level or as a grad student. So in the second language, so I know how it's could be struggling for all of us, and so I am here to help you and hear you and help you, and so hear your concerns and help you if it's possible and as much as possible. And also I want to, if you have any problem, anything with your contract with university, me and my colleagues are here to help you. And also, I want to say why I am here. Actually, I recently joined the union because I faced with some problems. I asked the union and my friends here help, and they helped me a lot. And then I said, okay, so now I got the help, and I wanted to be like to help others and other international students. Usually international students are not are voiceless, or they need to hear. So I just said, okay, I'm going to echo your voice, and I'm here to help. And please feel free to reach me out with my email. And also you can find me all the time at Menugian Hall, room 508. I'm sitting here, actually, I'm living in this room. So please let me know if I can help. And thank you.
Thank you so much, Fariba. And next is our grievance officer, JT.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is JT Popeil. I'm a second year PhD student and GTA in the history department. I'm the grievance chair for GEOC, which means I fight to protect the rights of graduate workers here at Wayne. We have a contract with Wayne State, our employer, and that means we have protections and rights as graduate workers. And too often, Wayne State violates our rights and protection, and it is my job to make sure these violations are resolved and that we graduate workers are made whole. Violations can be, working too many hours, unsafe working conditions, issues with pay, discrimination, work modality, and any other issue that violates our contract. So it's essential to know that you have rights and protections when it comes to filing grievances. It is completely within your rights to address any workplace issues that you are facing, and any type of retaliation by Wayne State is illegal, and we will fight against that. This is one of the many reasons why the union is so important to me. Fighting for and protecting our rights as graduate workers is extremely important to both me and to everyone here at GEOC. In addition, the stronger we are, the more members we have, the more powerful we can be in the fight to improve wages and working conditions. So this fall, I will continue to fight and protect our rights as graduate workers. I will also be assisting our wonderful international chair, Fariba, in building and expanding our international worker caucus. I can be reached at grievances.geoc@gmail.com. And please reach out to me with any questions or any possible issues you may experience. And if it's a grievable offense or not, we'll figure it out, and we'll go from there. So thank you so much.
All right, awesome, thank you. And then last but not least, Minerva, our communications chair.
Hi everyone, I'm Minerva Gale, or you can call me Min, she, her pronouns. I am a third year PhD student in the English department, and I serve both as the secretary for GEOC and the communications chair. And my role as secretary, it's my job to take notes whenever we have meetings. And then as communications chair, I share relevant information with members of steering, with stewards, and with the body of membership at large. So I'll be communicating with membership through email, through social media, through text message blast. We've got a lot of ways to keep in touch, and we'll keep you updated on what steering is up to, what the union is doing as a whole, as well as community outreach events. We're going to be doing things like struggle dinners on the Tuesday before payday, which we'd love to see people come out to. We'll be keeping you abreast of local concerns, other unions that we work with. And also, if you have anything that you want us to share with membership, if it's relevant to GEOC, if it's relevant to organizing, we would be happy to hear from you and share that however we're able. My email is communicationsgeoc@gmail.com, and I look forward to being in touch with all of you throughout the semester. This is a great team that we have, and we are all here to make your work experience at Wayne State everything it should be. So thanks.
Awesome. Yes, thank you so much. And so as you can see here, We have some open positions. Teresa addressed treasurer a little bit, but on top of that, we also have a slot for a political action chair. This is a great position if you're interested in getting involved with local or university politics. It's our sort of way to connect with the community at large, form connections that can strengthen our bargaining power, as well as just form connection with other unions. It is a great position for people that are interested in politics or interested in organizing in general. And it's a very helpful position to have, especially as we strengthen GEOC's solidarity connections. And then the data chair is a little more for the mathematically inclined, which I am not personally. However, it's a very, very important position as it keeps our backline running smoothly. It keeps track of our members. Our data as the union obviously means we need to make sure that all of our members are accounted for, being paid, and that we have all of our information for the union consolidated in our database. So this is an invaluable position. And if you'd like to get involved, you can email the staff members below and we can work on getting you in the union. And then there will be a vote on new steering positions at our general membership meetings. And so these positions usually run people about 3 to 5 hours a week. They're not very time consuming. And we realize that on top of being teachers, you are also students. And so we're very accommodating to schedules, and we are never going to trample over anyone's schedule. Our steering committee can vouch because that is your priority. And so these positions are a way for you to get flexibly involved in a union that is going to be fighting for you. And any input, any skills and interests that you can bring to the table are invaluable for us. And so I want to also introduce our staff members. That's our paid staff that works either for AFT or for the graduate school, who help keep the union moving and support steering as well as our membership. So Taylor isn't here. She's our senior most staff member, and she is incredible. She is a boss, and she knows exactly what she's doing. However, she's going to be on leave until the end of September. So that organizer.geoc email, while it's very helpful to email for now, anything that goes there is going to be fielded to us. However, if you give anything to us that you'd like to reach Taylor, we will do that for you when she is back near the end of September. And so next I want to introduce Jess, our full-time staff organizer, along with Taylor.
Thanks, Christian. Hi, I'm Jess Lauren. She, her pronouns. Like Christian said, I am one of the other staff organizers that's full-time employed. What I do alongside Taylor and Christian is basically I and them help facilitate, the meetings that go on, and basically help, the union run smoothly, add lubrication to events and, the ongoings and stuff like that. Anything that, is like needed, we help the steering. We are not students, Taylor and I specifically. We're just full-time staff. So when that happens, if you have anything going on that's concerning, the grievance information or, any of the international information, or with Reed, Vice President, with the stewardship, we basically will help you give information and the stuff that's happening and going on. If you're looking to find out events that are going to be going on, you can always visit our website at geocwsu.com/events. Currently, it is pretty bare because nothing's been really going on during the summer, but once the fall is kicked off, we're going to have our events that's already been talked about, such as the struggle dinners that are happening the day before payday every other week. We'll have meetings at the Common Pub, which is near campus, if you're wanting to grab a beer and a bite. We will also be having other events like our general membership that's going to be uploaded into the calendar and stuff like that. And our office specifically is located on the 3rd floor of the Maccabees building. The room is 3301. So usually you can find either Taylor and I there a couple times a week when Taylor comes back, and also Christian Sometimes we'll be working out of there, or other parts of steering. You can find them periodically. That's basically our main hub and what we work out of. So feel free to come and use this as a workspace. You know, if you're wanting to hang out, collaborate, whatever the case is, we're always going to be there. And that's, you know, available to any of our, you know, membership. So feel free to stop by. Thank you.
All right, and finally, my name's Christian. I'm the graduate student assistant. I'm in the history department as well as a second-year PhD student. And very briefly, I am sort of the liaison between administration and the union. I function as a staff member in a lot of ways and handle very similar duties, such as facilitating things like this and reaching out to our membership and working with them to make sure their workplace is working for them, and that they are getting what they deserve. But I will cut myself off so that I don't speak too much and you don't have to hear me the whole time, and I will move into some further information. Okay, give me one moment. All right, so how does GEOC work for you? So like I said, we're the union that represents our GTAs and GSAs, which means that our power, a lot of which has been referenced, is in representing you, making sure you have a safe, equitable, and equitably paid workplace. And so GEOC, one of our earliest wins when we were founded, was getting and securing healthcare for graduate teaching assistants and student assistants, which we still have today, of course. And during bargaining, we fought to make sure that we still had it, and we still do. We also have a couple of other important things, like a student parking rate, which is much cheaper than an employee parking rate. I'm sure many of you already know. SEVIS reimbursements, late pay protections. JT talked about grievance procedures. This is actually one of the areas where it's very important to have a strong membership, because the more people that we have backing these issues faced by individuals, the more that we can pressure and fight in cases of grievances, which can come up in a lot of different ways. For example, workload, being overworked, not getting paid on time, stuff like that is all under the grievance umbrella. We upped our parental leave, which was once 6 weeks. It's now 8 weeks. And we also have different support for members, as well as consistent pay raises, which I'll get into when I go over what bargaining looked like. So our membership, these are the dues paying members. You can use that link to join. Also get extra benefits, including voting powers at general membership meetings. So voting on actions, contracts, steering committee members, all of those rights are given to our dues paying members. As well as you can become a steward and organize your department and your workplace at large, as well as helping us secure our collective power, which I talked about. That comes explicitly from our members, as well as other leadership opportunities like steering, are all afforded to our dues paying members. And so you can use that link to check that out there, as well as the packet, which has a flow chart of how you see where your dues are going, and how to check on your dues in your pay stub, which is on the last page of the packet. Okay, and so now I want to get into bargaining. So for those that don't know, GEOC has been bargaining with administration for our new 3-year contract. So that means for the next 3 years, starting now, you are under all of these wins that we have received. You will be afforded all of them so long as you are employed with us. So all of this is applying to you, even though the completed contract, like the actual packet, is not done. Administration handles that, and they're not quite done yet. All of these are in effect as of now. So this is all applicable to you. So bargaining was the process where a bargaining team created and organized by the union went in and negotiated with administration to further strengthen our contract, bargain for raises, bargain to expand on certain policies, and just secure a stronger workplace for our graduate teaching assistants and student assistants. This process took about 6 months. It was not easy, but it was all helped greatly. Yeah, JT, I see you shaking your head. It was not easy. It was very arduous, but it was a process that was made possible by a lot of different people, including our steering, our staff, our membership, our bargaining unit at large, different organizations around Detroit and in Michigan, other unions in Michigan. AFT, that's the American Federation of Teachers. That's our parent union. That culminated in a very successful bargaining agreement, the contract that you're coming in under, which actually makes us one of the best paid graduate unions in Michigan, and we have currently one of the strongest contract wins in the state of Michigan. So I'll go over that very quickly. All of this is in effect, and this information will be made available on our website once the contract is complete. But to go over it really quick, compensation, as you can see here. So while we didn't get a percent to base, that's your base salary, we did secure a $1,250 lump sum, which you will receive on August 31st. So that's your second paycheck if you're a GTA, or your first paycheck if you're a GSA. So that means that on August 31st, that will be added to your total paycheck. If you don't get that, which you definitely should, we have it in writing, we need you to email our staff ASAP so we can make sure that goes to you. And then the following year, so 2023 to 2024, if you're renewed, you will get a percent to base as well as another lump sum, and same with the last year, which makes our total salaries, the total for the humanities is 24K 027, and for STEM that's 24,811, which, like it says here, places WSU grads into a higher end of stipends in the Midwest. Originally, we asked for quite a lot to kind of like scare them, and it worked, and we were able to talk them down to a very revolutionary raise, something that's not usually afforded, especially considering where we were at. And on top of that, the benefits I already mentioned, we have a 7-day paid leave for pregnancy loss, and a parental leave, which was up to 8 weeks from the original 6 weeks. And SEVIS fee coverage, you'll see this in the packet, was actually expanded to first-year students, where originally it was not available for first-year international students. And so on top of that, we have expanded non-discrimination policy to protect more marginalized peoples. We've solidified a work modality request change process. This kind of came from the pandemic, where Zoom became more common. We don't know what's going to happen with the pandemic, and as it were, as it had existed previously, the process was kind of nebulous. And so we made sure that if something like that needed to happen, we could assure that people had a process to go through and change their modality to online teaching or whatever they preferred. And then a resource compendium. This is just going to be my sort of job with administration to expand the information available to graduate workers about the union and about their rights on the graduate website, because right now it's very barren if you've checked it out. We've expanded further union rights, so now we will have someone, we have 2 volunteers actually on a sexual abuse prevention advisory committee, which is a very new thing. This is very helpful because it makes sure that we have a say in sexual abuse prevention as a union. And then we've made sure that the initial employment and reemployment process, that's like renewal, is a little more forgiving and offers a lot more flexibility to make sure that everyone is renewed on time, getting paid on time. Because if you've ever gone through that process, a lot of us on steering can tell you it is not fun to deal with. So we made sure that that was included in our bargaining platform. So I already mentioned non-discrimination, but we added caste, caregiver status, relationship into the discrimination categories. And we further defined retaliation because it hadn't been before. We wanted to make sure that union dues could be paid through electronic payment because they had been a little messy and a little difficult to organize. And then health and safety, we've expanded Title IX training to be offered to members, including current WSU policies and applicable laws. And then there are some stuff that we just couldn't make changes on. A lot of it had to deal with federal law regarding international students. However, we have, like I said about SEVIS, we did make some wins there. And then there are the articles like the ones on healthcare that we didn't want change. We wanted to make sure that was still there. So these are those at the very bottom there. And so that process of bargaining is now over as of July, I think is when we had the last page signed. So you are going to be coming into this contract as a new GTA. And it will be effect for the next 3 years. At the 3-year mark, we will bargain for a new one, and we'll make sure this is even stronger. So your support and your help through that leads us through that process. However, and that's what I want to go into next. Getting involved, just because we're not bargaining doesn't mean that there's not more wins that we can make. We can make wins in our contract throughout the year, no matter what, no matter if we're bargaining for a new one or not. And so I mentioned some of the leadership opportunities like steering, and then stewardship, which Reed talked about a little bit, is a really good way to address your departmental concerns. Because as a lot of you might know just from being students, if you're not a first year, departments act very independently and have a lot of agency in how they handle things, which can be a good thing sometimes, and it can also be very dangerous and threaten the rights of our workers. So as a steward, your job is to sort of address those concerns and bring them to the union, to organize your department and to make sure other people know their rights, and to basically make a safer, more equitable workplace in your department. Because at the department level, that's where you're seeing more changes there than on the wider university level. And so stewardship is a great way to get involved. You can email Reed. He put his email in chat earlier, and also Jess at GEOC WSU. We can get you involved in the stewardship program if you are a dues paying member. This is a really good leadership opportunity. And then there's the Academic Senate liaisons. If you don't know much about Academic Senate, it's where a lot of university-wide decisions are actually made. So having a GEOC member there is invaluable, because we can be loud and obnoxious and make sure that they don't do anything that's going to threaten the students or workers of Wayne. And it's really good to have our voices there. So those, you can email the same people, and these two at the bottom, myself and Jess, will be able to help you get involved in those as a member. And then our caucuses, which in a way sort of consolidated our committees that had previously exist, are these sort of general task force that deal with different issues faced by our workers on campus. So higher ed rights, gender security and equity, and BIPOC/International Caucus. As you can see, these have a lot of overlap. However, they are intentionally broad and work in tandem together to sort of deal with the issues that our students and our workers face on a daily basis. So getting involved in these is a lot easier, where steering, there is like a clear time commitment. For these, when you help us out with these committees, you're addressing not just workplace issues and issues at Wayne, but the issues in the community at large. And so this is a really good way to kind of just make the workplace, make the community you want to see. And it's just one of the many benefits of joining as a member and adding to that collective power, because again, the more people we have, the harder it is for administration to push against us when we work in these caucuses and work together to really fight for what we deserve. Because the GTA work, it's difficult, it's time consuming, and you're taking on a lot, and on top of your already your student duties. So when you work with GEOC, you're able to really make sure that you're not overworked, make sure that you're getting compensated for what you deserve to be compensated for, make sure your classrooms, your labs, your departments, everything is in tip-top shape, because a lot of that will get swept under the rug, and GEOC has been on the forefront of making sure that's not the case. And so the more the merrier, as they say. All right, and so with our time left, I'd like to open it up to Q&A. So you can put your question in the chat and we will stack that. Or you can raise your hand virtually or with your physical hand, and we will call on you. And this can be comments, questions, anything that you've seen, or just any nebulous questions you might have about orientation and how GEOC can help you. I got a question about dues. How much are dues? Does anyone want to give the exact number? It's also in the information packet and where you can see it, but I would love the exact number. Off the top of my head, I can't recall because I'm still screen sharing this PowerPoint.
The exact number is either $21.97 for physical sciences, and for the other group is $21.20 for per paycheck. So it's roughly a little over $40 a month.
A little cheaper than most insurances, and that money goes to basically making sure that we can exist. It funds our ability to stay on campus in an office. It funds our full-time staff that make the union kind of run. And it makes sure that these actions, these bargaining, or these dinners and all of these processes actually work. All right. Okay, yeah. So how long will it take for my membership record to show up on the website? I signed up back in June. The website is not currently updated. We have a system with all of our member cards in it. And on their side, on administration side, it's been a little slow with our new member, with the new member list that we should be receiving. Jess, do you have anything to add to that?
Yes. So I've been in contact with administration. It, like Christian said, it has been a little slow. Partially also is that your paycheck has to be like, you have to be getting your first paycheck in order for dues to be starting to get taken out for it to be reflected on your membership, if that makes sense. So if you're a dues paying member and you say you signed up, it's not going to be active until you get your first paycheck. And then even then it might have like this slight delay because administration is trying to work stuff out on their end about the technicalities, but it should be reflecting hopefully by the end of maybe this month. I think it'll reflect that.
Yeah, thank you for that. The process has been a little slow on their side, but we are getting it all worked out and you will be a member. So I got a question about salary. So yeah, I'm going to go back to that slide because that slide is a little confusing. So the salary right now is not 24,027. It is for the humanities, it's what low, like 20,000. So the difference is that STEM just get paid more. They get paid just a little bit more than us in the humanities. And that number comes from the inclusion of the lump sums. So this year, your salary is going to be the same as if you had started last year, but you'll be getting $1,250 extra on your second paycheck. But there is no percentage increase to the original base. If one of the facilitators wants to put the salaries as they are now in chat, that'd be super helpful. But that's where that number is coming from. It's coming from all of those included together. And it doesn't differ from department to department. It differs between humanities and the physical sciences like STEM. I also got another question. What's the fastest way to get involved? The fastest way to get involved is if you want to get involved in leadership or stewardship or anything like that, to email geocwsu@gmail.com, and we'll put these in chat again, or the GEOC student assistant at gmail.com. And then organizer.geoc is also a good one, but it is currently inactive until the end of September. Emailing us just means that we will be able to set up a meeting with you. You can meet in person or online, whatever you prefer, and just find the sort of thing that you want to do with the union, because we're very flexible. Any skills or any interest that you want to bring to leadership, I can guarantee that we will be able to accommodate, because the more involvement we have, the better. Yeah, so I got a question about SEVIS. I don't know if Fariba is still here, but the question is, could we get a federal I-901 SEVIS fee reimbursement if we join GEOC? I see that this reimbursement request is for GEOC represented by the bargaining unit members only. So the bargaining unit, so anyone that's a GTA can get that SEVIS fee reimbursement. the bargaining unit represents all GTAs and all GSAs at Wayne. Membership is dues paying members who get extra rights to vote, be involved in leadership, and some of the other smaller things I mentioned. Whereas the bargaining unit is just everyone. So any win here that you see, we make for everyone. Membership just helps us make the wins because we can't do it without a high membership because administration can just sort of brush us off if we only have a little bit of people to threaten collective bargaining power. So the SEVIS fee reimbursement is available to our bargaining unit in its entirety. Is there anything that you want to add to that, Fariba? Okay, cool. Thank you.
Sorry, I was mute. Thank you.
No problem. All right, let me go through chat. Are dues automatically withdrawn from our paychecks? Yes. Once you become a member, you don't have to do anything. It'll just be withdrawn from your paycheck. You can go and see it in your pay stub. We try to be very transparent about it. And that whole process is on the back of the information packet on Canvas and the one JT posted in chat. You can see where to see how much is coming out of your paycheck for union dues. Oh yeah, Jess, you answered that. Sorry. Chat is a strange, fickle thing when you're screen sharing the PowerPoint. Can you be a member of GEOC without paying dues? No. To be a member, you'll be a dues paying member. However, like I mentioned, the bargaining unit includes all GTAs and GSAs. For that, you are under our umbrella as soon as you're employed. The membership just adds the ability to get into leadership, to vote, as well as adding to our collective bargaining power. Will you email us about GEOC events? Yes. We have everyone on an email blast, and we will be able to get in touch with everyone. You can also go on our website, our social media. If someone wants to post the social medias in chat, that'd be super helpful as well. It's all there where we keep those things during the semester. We keep those things very up to date to make sure that all of these events are known. I got a question about healthcare as well, which is a very good one. So how does the system work? How do we get an insurance card, and when does it take effect? The insurance cards are usually mailed to you. If anyone wants to speak on this one as well, that would help me out because I don't currently have an insurance card. This will be my first year on their healthcare system. And when does it take effect? It takes time after you sign up. The deadline to sign up for new hires is the 18th of September. So you'll want to do it before then, and you should get it around the first weeks of September, if I'm not mistaken. Does anyone have any corrections or additions to that? Okay, great. And thank you for handling some of these questions in chat, Jess. Sorry if I'm repeating anything. Are memberships open all year long or just during this time of year? So you can become a member at any time during your employment, and you're only going to get dues charged during your employment. During that like 3-month break between if you're getting renewed and you have that 3-month break during summer, you're not going to get charged to your bank account or anything like that. It's only going to come out of your paychecks.
And I'll add, but that means if you're, teaching in the summer, you're still protected, whether you're a dues paying member or not, you're still protected by the contract. And, we are obligated to resolve any issue, whether you're a member or not. So if you have any problems, you just reach out to us, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for adding that. And I see your question, Sonia. So you will get a stipend. So the pregnancy leave, you do get a stipend during, and it's now 8 weeks, not 6 weeks. We were able to bargain to increase it by 2 weeks because 6 weeks is simply not enough time. Okay, I'm just going through chat. So the 9-month salary rate, so the question is, what is the 9-month salary rate? You're getting paid for the full 9 months, and it is, I think we said 21,000 in chat. Some GTAs get different contracts just depending on their field. It's just the difference between humanities and STEM. You get paid for the full 9 months, including during the winter break, by the way. During December, you should be getting paid even if you're not, teaching a class at the time. It is a 9-month contract that ends in May, at like around the last day of, or after the last day of class, if I'm not mistaken. Does any of my GTA steering members have an exact day that theirs end?
There's not an exact day because it falls on alternating Wednesdays, but it's usually the first or second Wednesday in May will be your last paycheck on the 9-month contract. And then the second or third Wednesday in August will be your first paycheck on the new contract. So we just got paid a week ago tomorrow. So we got paid on the 17th. And then we will get paid again on the 31st, which will include the $12.50 lump sum. So again, if anyone doesn't get that lump sum on your next paycheck, which will be a week from tomorrow, make sure you let us know right away so that we can address that, because that is supposed to be for everyone who's contracted this semester.
Yep. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
And I see another question in the chat about pay. And you should have gotten paid on the 17th if you are contracted. If you have not seen a paycheck yet, let us know.
Yeah.
Because everyone should have seen their first paycheck by now.
I will drop a PDF in chat in a moment that actually has your payroll, your full payroll, so you can actually know every day that you get paid. It's a very helpful sheet. I also got a question. If we do not sign up for healthcare, does that mean our salary increases as healthcare fees are not withdrawn? Yes. If you're not taking out deductions for healthcare, you'll have a higher paycheck because they're not being taken out.
I would change that phrasing just slightly in that your paycheck will not get higher. Your paycheck is lower if you take the healthcare deductions. You won't see any increase to what our actual payroll is. The payroll is the amount that is given without healthcare deductions. So you won't see a higher check than you've already seen, but if you choose to take out healthcare deductions, you will see a lower check because part of your payroll will be going toward healthcare.
That is a much better wording. Thank you. Yeah, exactly. All right. I think we've covered everything. I just put the payroll calendars in chat, so you'll want to click on the 9-month one for 2022 to 2023. That'll have every day you should be getting paid. And that's good to just have on hand, because if you're not getting paid on those days, that's where GEOC can help you out and make sure that you do. Because administration will not notify you and be like, oops, we didn't pay you, sorry. They will leave you in the dark. So GEOC will act as that contact to make sure that you get your paychecks and this lump sum right here. You will get that lump sum on August 31st. And if you don't, we will make sure that you do. All right. Do we have any other questions? Oh, here we go. I didn't get my paycheck on the 17th. I'm still processing my employment paperwork. Would I get both paychecks next week? So that's a late pay question. Does anyone know exactly when they will get that? Anyone on steering want to take that question? Because if not, we'll get in touch with us and we will get you that information.
I don't know the exact answer, but please, we'll find out.
JT, I had the same problem when I arrived as an international student, and I was behind the paperwork. So I got it in the same, the first check and the second check at the same time. So it is my experience with my department, but I had the same experience. So I'm not sure about your department, but it happened for me. So we have to make sure about it.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Do we get retirement benefits along with health benefits? That will be a question for the health. So when you enroll for benefits, they'll have all of your options. Some of them are a little more comprehensive. Some of them are a little more just bare bones. Jess, I see your hand.
Unrelated to that question. Also, just to keep you guys all in the update about the website specifically, there's a lot of things that have a reflection of like the 21 to 22 or the 20 to 21 year. When we have the contract completely finalized, it will be uploaded all in the same document and then put on to our website. Just so we're all on the same page. It's right now reflecting our previous contract. So when you're looking through our website and you see some things that are outdated with information, just be patient while we're trying to update as administration gives us information, because we're working kind of on their time, which is a little bit slower. So we're updating as we go. So just be patient for that part.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for adding that. And then I see one last question I answered, but you'll look at the 12. So this is not going to apply, I don't think, to anyone here, but if you're on a 12-month, you'll look at the biweekly calendar. We all get paid on the same days because I'm a 12-month employee. We all get paid on the same days. It's just the pay schedule is different because GTAs get paid in advance and 12-month employees get paid before. So you get paid for the hours you work, whereas GTAs get paid in advance. Yes. And we have, yes, thank you for answering that, but we have that all in writing, the 1250, and you will be getting that on the 31st. And if you do not, again, we just continue to reiterate, let us know, because on administration side, payroll can be very rough, and we want to make sure that you are getting what you are owed. All right. Does anyone have any other questions? We have about 5 minutes left. Here we go. So if you signed up for your membership, we'll get your membership card and we'll put that into the system. So if you did sign up, we will have that information for you. And if not, we can reach back out if anything is missing. I see. I would like to know more about stewardship. Which one of you would I need to contact? We can put those emails in chat for you again, and they will also be up on the website, but it's going to be the vice president or Jess, our second staff organizer. They will help with anything steward related. What exactly is the lump sum compensation? It is just a extra bit of money that gets added on to a paycheck. So in this case, it's $1,250. That'll be added on to your second paycheck on August 31st. It is not included in our total salary. So when it says we get a 2.25% base raise next semester, they're not raising it with the lump sum included in our total salary. They're raising it off of our base salary. But it is a nice extra bit of money to help our students out, to help our employees out that we bargained for. Do you have to pay anything? Oh, okay. You answered that question. All right, perfect. All right, I will drop the emails for stewardship one more time in the chat. And again, you can reach out to any of the emails that will be up on the Canvas and on our website at any time, and we will be able to help you out. We check them very often, and any questions you have, we'll be able to help out with. All right. So I know you all have a very big week of orientation and an even bigger semester ahead of you, but thank you so much for coming to this. We always love hearing from you all, and we will be here to help answer any questions and make sure that you are getting what you deserve, because like I said, this is hard work, and you all deserve to be compensated equitably for it and to have a good time as you teach, because you're all very good at what you do. So please enjoy the rest of your week, enjoy your semester, and stay in touch with us because we will be around quite often. So thank you so much, everyone. Solidarity forever. And we will see you very soon, hopefully.